Now, Beach Head on the C64 was one of the first games that was £10 on cassette, which for the C64 was quite a lot in 1983. Most games were about £7 or £8. Well, that's how much they were on the shelves, but you know, I bought this game from Woolworth, which is kind of like a department store. Not quite on the same scale as you know, Sears or places like that. But this is one of those early games where it's like the graphics are quite good, but the sound will really get you, especially on certain levels. It's quite a tricky game to play without instructions, and I do believe I used to write down the position of the you know, the enemy ships in terms of elevation, because you have to bomb them while they're trying to bomb you, and that's kind of a bit like battleships in 3D, although you don't technically move. Yeah, joystick port 2. This is one of those early games where you know, you're really sort of like, wow. Which is a bit of a shock because the title page is nothing special. And the ColecoVision options business, that's not really... Now, the reason you go through this little tunnel here is simply because then you can have a bit of a surprise attack. If you don't do that, although you keep all the ships you have, and you'll see why in a second, it is much more difficult to do the next levels. So this bit is very ColecoVision, I have to say, the way it's been done. There's nothing amazing. And it sounds more like a tugboat than a warship, but I could have sworn you can go faster than that. So you got one of your ships through, and these are basically your lives. The little dots there, they are mines, so you have to avoid them. I mean, you're playing this and you're thinking, it's not that different to your average sort of game so far. And the graphics, he got me there. You have to sort of like keep an eye on the sequence. I mean, it's a predictable sequence, but you know, a warship has got the handling of the Titanic, if I'm honest. But you know, you should make it through with all of your lives after a bit of practice. I don't believe you can go back. That's the thing. So it's good that you have this section because it's risk reward. I mean, you're risking losing warships in the minefield in order to get the next bit with less resistance. The old surprise attack. So there is that. So you've got to be a bit wary of you know, what you're doing. Like I said, I mean, Now the thing is, I can't remember if I bought this game before I saw it on a national kids TV show where they reviewed it, and they didn't show this section, that's for sure. They showed the level after this. Okay, come on, no. There you go. That was a stroke of luck, that was. So this is what you kind of expected in sort of like, you know, mid to late 1983. That's kind of par for the course, really. Probably want to wait for him now. There you go, off we go. And this is where the magic happens. I quite like the sonar noise as well, actually. Is it sonar or radar? I'm not sure actually. There you go. Ooh, it's a bit of a risk, that is. They're quite tricky now. Now if you don't get them when they're in the air, they cause damage to your ship. You have to let the guns cool down a bit actually. Well, technically what you're doing is see if you want to play that section for much longer, you just go straight to them. Now this bit is easy enough, and if the water splashes in front of them, you have to go higher. You have to be fairly accurate as well, that's the thing. He's getting closer as well. I think you have to be within 1 degree. See, the water explosions are going behind him, so we're overshooting at the moment. Wow, he's really close. There we go. I'm going to go with about 60 for him. Nah, buddy. Ah, bloody hell. Can't play these games with a cat. So now he's sitting on the bloody thing. Buddy. This is not a cat video channel, I'm sorry. So and on we go to the next bit. So this is not that difficult, but the final bit is difficult, and there's a level after this bit. So now we land on the Beach Head, which hence the name, and you've got your little tanks. So you've definitely seen the best of the game. The only other good bit graphically, other than the planes, which is more about the Sonics really, is the very end of this particular level. Now the smaller the TV you play this on, the better it is, because you have to kind of look ahead. Because of that, you see, you have to take them out before they take you out. So there are, you know, placements that you have to take out. So yeah, the tanks could be better. They're very small, the tank graphics, and they're not particularly great. I mean, they could have used like 3 high-res sprites on top of each other, because there's not much going on the screen as far as sprites go. There's no need to show all the tanks at once at the start. So he's not really a problem. There is something going on here though. Well, at least we took him out, but I took 2 tanks actually, so you get the idea though. I mean, there's no reason to risk it to get the guy down the bottom, because you can avoid him. So they don't rebuild the enemies as such, so once you've taken them out. So that's really why you need a lot of... Oh, actually, they do. I took him out. Oh, come on. Maybe because I died and I didn't drive past him. I'm doing terribly here. You're not going to get to see the last bit. We're going to have to go around, I think, so Reminds me of the assault course on the Krypton Factor TV show, actually. Oh no! I seem to remember him not coming back there. Maybe I'm thinking of Raid Over Moscow. So it's really about remembering where he comes onto the screen, at what point, so you're ready. So we've got all these tanks and we haven't even got very far actually. It's not very good gameplay by me, I'm afraid. I haven't played this game for years. Probably other emplacements. You'll never do this on one tank, not that I know of. Ooh! Oh, you get new enemies once you do actually get to that turret. So, might as well just keep your finger on the fire button on the off chance that you do take someone out. So they kind of regroup. But that one there is not there anymore, so... And he was the most difficult one, so I suppose that's a static in place. Ooh, sir, yes sir. That could be the last one. Yeah, I like the way the cannonball just gets like bigger and bigger, like a big circle, and it just... Yeah. There's a lot to like about this game. It's a good early game, I do like it. And, yeah, putting memories of the past aside, it is still quite a playable game. It's... certainly different to most of the early C64 games, which were knockoffs of various 8-bit arcade, simple 8-bit arcade games. A lot of them. Oh no! I thought I was going to hit the thing there, so I just see, I just wasted a tank there. So it is a game where, you know, it's quite easy to actually understand what you got to do, but actually doing what you want to do to actually do the levels, it is actually does take a bit of practice. It's always a sign of a good game, I would say. So luckily that one's not too bad. So you can't move forward and backwards on the screen. There's none of that business. Oh, that was a tough call, that was. Oh no. Oh no, see, he's back again. They had time to rebuild that. Ah well, you get the idea anyway. You did actually get to see all the levels, so it's definitely a game you should check out. Also available on other systems, but I only played it on this really. My friend had a Atari and my other friend had the Amstrad, and I don't think they had it on the Amstrad, and I don't think I ever played it on the Atari. Because my friend with the Atari I met about a year after I got this on the C64 anyway, so